Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss three topics: psychology and other disciplines, psychologists at work, psychology in everyday life. Let us start with the first topic, that is psychology and other disciplines. In this topic we are going to learn how psychology is related to other disciplines. So let us discuss some major disciplines that linked with psychology. First one is philosophy. As you know, psychology emerged from philosophy. Philosophy is the basic area from which psychology emerged. And what is philosophy? Philosophy deals with the human nature, and it literally means knowledge or wisdom. So it studies about the human nature, human motivation, feelings, emotions, attitudes, etc. So the basic content of both philosophy and psychology are same, but the style of study and methodology is different. The basic content of both philosophy and psychology is same, but the style of study and methodology is different. Psychology uses experimentation. Psychology uses experimentation, whereas philosophy is purely understanding the theoretical principles of human nature. Theoretical principles of human nature. So the basic content of philosophy and psychology is same, but the style of study and methodology is different. And psychology uses experimentation and philosophy uses theoretical principles, or it deals with understanding theoretical principles of human nature. Let us move on to the next one, the next discipline, medicine. Medicine and psychology, they also share a very close relationship. Most of the doctors believe that a healthy body requires a healthy mind. Some physical diseases are the result of some psychological disturbances. We also already discussed with the health psychology, so the same content comes here. It related to doctor, the psychologist in the hospital setting, how they deal with the patients, the way they treat them, the way they identify their problems, the way they try to handle them. So all this comes under the medicine and psychology. Medicine. So the role of psychologists is to prevent people from engaging in health hazardous behaviors. They give mental strength to patients who are suffering from HIV, cancer, etc. So the role of psychologists here is to prevent people from engaging in health hazardous behavior. That is the relation with the medicine and psychology, how psychology helps in the field of medicine. Next one, next is economics. How economics is related to psychology? This question can be answered when we talk about consumer. So when you look at advertising industry or how they function, this is where the psychological principles are used in selling the product. So any consumer related behavior is definitely related to psychology. So once you understand the psychological principles, you can definitely use them in selling the products or designing the advertisements, etc. So this is how the economics, how the psychology is handling economics. And so the behavior, the advertising, the consumer behavior, the advertising, the saving behavior, all comes under this economics. Psychology has contributed in understanding the consumer behavior, saving behavior and decision making, and to predict economic growth. So psychology contribute in understanding the consumer behavior, saving behavior, decision making, and to predict economic growth. Now when we talk about the concept of market, People go to market, they buy things they don't even need. So it is because it is discounted, or buy one get one free, or when you look at the deadlines, 3 days left, 4 days left, they just buy the things. All these are consumer related to consumer behavior. This is how economics related to, or how psychology comes under this, helps in dealing with the economics. Our next topic is political science. Next branch is political science. How political science is related to psychology. When we talk about the voting behaviors, about politicians, about some conflicts, about some communication problems out there. So all these are related to political science. So people have, or individuals have some, we have our own choices, likes and dislikes. The individuals have our own choices, our own expectations, habits and behavior influence the political system of the country. So psychology has contributed understanding issues related to the exercise of power and authority, the problems related to power and authority, and then nature of political conflicts, and then resolutions and their conflicts and the resolutions, and voting behavior. So all these are comes under the political science, how this discipline political science related to psychology. So it helps in understanding the issues related to power and authority, nature of the conflicts and their resolutions, and then the voting behavior. Next is sociology. Sociology is related the areas like socialization, areas like interpersonal conflicts or intergroup relations, all this comes under the area of sociology. Issues related to socialization, group and collective behaviors and intergroup conflicts. This is how the discipline sociology deals with or relate to psychology. Next is computer science. Computer science always tries to relate human mind with computer. So this one can see it, the mind in terms of a computer, the structure of a computer. We already learned it before about the giving input, the processing and the output given. So they are related to, the computer is related to, the human mind is related to computer here. So in development in both these disciplines, in computer science and psychology, both the disciplines have brought about significant advancement in the field of cognitive sciences. And we already learned or discussed about MRI scan, some brain imaging techniques, MRI scan, EEG, etc. So all these are done with the help of this discipline, computer science. Okay. Next one, law and criminology. For this, let me give you an example. Let's say a particular accident happens, and I'll give you two situations. One is, what is the speed of a car when it just hit with the other? So people give in a very light manner. The car speed would have been around 30 to 40. So it just hit or just touched. On the other instance, if I say the car just smashed into the other, when I use the word smashed, the perspective automatically changes, and the car speed you will estimate up to 80 to 90 or to 100. Okay, so see the difference of one word here. This is what the psychologists use in the area of criminology. When you have to where you have to understand at the site of the crime, or how different scenarios are set up. So asking questions, identifying data, identifying the body language of the criminal. So this is the role of psychologists here in law and criminology. Psychologists are involved in research on such issues, the answers to which would help the legal system of the country in the future. Psychologists are involved in research on such issues related to law and criminology, and the answers to which would help the legal system of the country in future. The next area is mass and communication. When you talk about some TV anchors, or VJs or DJs, they require to influence you, to influence the target audience to which the show is meant for. So think of your favorite anchor. If the anchor is able to understand the need of the audience or the target audience or the interest of the target audience, they click with them very in the perfectly right manner. So this is the reason why some TV anchors are more influenced or more effective and successful than others. They may be very natural, but they know how to speak, when to speak, what to speak, or how to and the contents that can be reached out to the most effective manner. So this is how the mass communication psychology helps in it also helps in developing strategies for better and effective communication. Psychology helps in developing strategies for better and effective communication. So that's about mass and communication. Next is music and fine arts. So here how music and fine arts is connected to the discipline psychology. We use music therapy, where we use ragas for curing some physical illness, and scientists have made use of music in raising work performance, and the studies say that music reduces the risk of depression. So scientists use music in raising work performance, and the studies say that music reduces the risk of depression. This is how music and fine arts, this discipline related to psychology. Next one and the last is architecture and engineering. So Winston Churchill once said that we shape our buildings and afterwards our building shapes us. So the physical space, their designs and architecture, it affects our mood and well-being. The physical space, their designs and architecture, it affects our mood and our well-being. So any buildings that you build or any space that you design, for example office area, how they utilize the same space with the maximum benefit, so that you can deal with the work profile the most effective manner. So this is how the psychologists come in this area, architecture and engineering. So this is all about the topic psychology and other disciplines. Now let us move on to the second topic, psychologists at work. So this is a topic where we can use psychology as a career. We already discussed these points. Let us go through only the main points here. First of all, clinical psychologists. Clinical psychologists help the clients in help in behavioral problems, and they provide therapies for mental disorders. Clinical psychologists provide therapies for mental disorders, and they also deal with serious issues. They also deal with the serious issues in our life. And then let us move on to next, that is counseling psychologists. They help in dealing motivational and emotional problems of children or whoever. They help in dealing the motivational and emotional problems, and they deals with the less serious issues, whereas clinical psychologists deal with the serious issues. Okay, they deal with the less serious issues. And the next is community psychologists. They work with special communities. Community psychologists work with special communities such as special child or old age or elderly people, problems with elderly people, and they help in community based rehabilitation or their counseling. All those things comes under community psychologists, or the community psychologists deal with community based rehabilitation or counseling, etc. And they work with special communities such as special children or elderly people, etc. Next one is school psychologists. They administer tests, interpret results, help in the formulation of school policies, etc. And they also deals with the management, children, the management and children, and then the with the teachers, the relationship, all those things they school psychologists handle. And next one is organizational psychologists, and the last one is organizational psychologists. There we already learned it in organizational psychology. They deals with the work condition problems of both the employees and executives, and they help in counseling. They train them for best performance and all. So this is all about psychologists at work. So we can take this, any of this as a career in future. And the last point of this chapter is psychology in everyday life. How psychology we use in our everyday life. By now you must have understood that psychology is not a subject that deals with or that exists to satisfy our curiosities related to human nature or human mind. Psychology is rather a subject that provides solution to multiple problems. Let's say attitudes. We have positive, we talk about positive thinking, negative thinking, etc. If we think positive, nothing negative happens. If at all anything negative happens, we try to find some positivity there. So the positive, optimistic and pessimistic and optimistic. So it's all about mind and attitude. So let us discuss some principles here. First one, analyzing and understanding oneself in relation to others. So if you yourself is the primary principle. If you understand yourself, your own problems, then you can target in helping others in solving their problems. Many of us select helping professions like doctors, social workers, etc. They help other people, but what about their own problems? They have their own problems. How they will deal? They will deal it. So till then, till the time they are not ready, or no, they are not sorting out their own issues, how they can help others? They will help others, they will get satisfaction from that, but what about them? So first of all, try these psychological principles in yourself, and then you can help out other people. The next point is developing good habits of study. So in psychology, habits of study, developing good habits always comes. So psychology helps in developing good habits of study, and then improving one's learning and memory. So psychology helps in give some learning tips. Give some learning tips and helps in improving memory strategies. So psychology helps in improving memory. Psychology helps in improving one's learning tips and memory strategies. So this points, learning and memory, are coming in future as chapters. We'll learn more about it later. And the next point is solving one's personal and interpersonal problems. So we already discussed this point. If we can understand our own mental set or mindset or our thoughts or our own issues, we can help other people as well. So this is what we have been discussing all along. And the last point is reducing stress in examination. Psychology or learning psychology or understanding psychological principles reduce stress in examination. In fact, psychology can give you answers to all questions, bit up your peer group, your friend circle, your environmental area, about poverty, terrorism, so all the global concerns that we have today. So all of it can get answers from the area under the discipline or study of psychology. So we completed the first chapter. I hope all of you understood the whole chapter. Thank you.